It's 6 minutes after 8 o'clock, the mighty 1630 KCJJ. The city administrator for the city of Coralville, Kelly Hayworth, is here.
Good morning, Captain.
Got here early.
Yeah.
Talking about his grandkids, bragging like his grandkids are better than mine.
Mine are a little younger than yours.
Yeah.
So they haven't learned the life of the world. You know?
So how old are they?
They are 1 and 3.
Oh, okay.
You know, so I'm still cool at this point.
Yeah. they're
Give it a couple of years.
They're happy to see you.
I've got 8 or 9 more years before they're smarter than you. I found out.
8 years?
Yeah.
Man.
And they get to be 10, and then all of a sudden they think they've got rights.
Well, I've got a teenage grandson, and I'm tolerable at this point. When I come to visit, it's like, hey, how's it going? Ask a couple of questions and just back off. That's all you do. Back to the video games. Got to go.
Yeah. Oh, my.
Yeah, I was telling him, Henry aces all his tests.
Yeah.
Every one. And it just doesn't want to do the homework.
A minor inconvenience.
That's beneath him.
I used to hate that. Show your work. Well, I know it.
Yeah, the answer's right.
I use draw a picture of my brain. That's my work. That's how I figured it out.
What grade is Henry in?
He will be a sophomore.
Sophomore,
I think. Or
yeah.
Junior. I don't
Maybe
know.
he's into robots. Maybe he could figure out a robot that could sit in your seat.
Uh-huh.
How about that?
No, the radio industry's already figured that out.
Yeah, they got that down bad. I gotta have a talking bird in here. I always did want that. Just have a talking bird, and when it said something, it would click on the microphone, and yeah, I think that would be very entertaining.
Yeah.
And a lot cheaper than lame.
Not as funny though.
You don't know.
Well, that's true. That's true too.
Don't underestimate the bird.
Okay, whatever you say, Steve. Well, Memorial Day is coming up, as we all know. It's the first unofficial weekend of summer. Kicks off summer basically, and we always remember that it's not just a 3-day holiday. It's a time to remember our fallen brethren and sister and who have fought and died for this country and continue to serve our country.
Yeah, you bet. This is a special weekend, and on Monday, the Coralville American Legion will be hosting, as they always do, their Memorial Day service in Oakland Cemetery there on First Avenue in Coralville. It'll be 11:15. It is a great service. It's 30 minutes, and it's extremely meaningful. Mm-hmm. And they will be reading off the names of all the Coralville residents that have given their life over the years. And it's really impressive. And you always hear somebody that you kind of forgot about and think, oh man, they've done some great things in their life. And so we just look forward to having that on Monday, 11:15. If it does rain, it will move to the Legion there on Highway 6 at 11 o'clock. And so this is a good opportunity just to come out and pay your respects. The flags will be put up in the cemetery, and then they will be out there until Flag Day in June. So,
and that's an impressive sight too.
Oh, it's gorgeous. We used to put it up just for Memorial Day weekend, and somebody suggested it looks so nice. Mm-hmm. Why don't we leave them up a little longer? And so that's when we decided a few years ago to keep them up till Flag Day. The Scouts, both the girls and the boys, help us put up those flags, and then they'll also be putting out individual flags on the soldiers' graves as well. So it's just a great service and time to remember. And as you said, it is a 3-day weekend, but there's more to it than that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know the park across the street from my my apartment will be hopping this weekend.
Oh, yes.
That shelter will be packed pretty much every day, and it gets people fired up, because, the summer season is so great around here. There's so many things to see and do and get out in the
summer. You were just talking this earlier, Summer of the Arts, and all of the bands and concerts and activities. I mean, it is a great time around here.
And they do Music on the Move, and they pop into Coralville and other cities as well. And of course, you have your own big event on the 4th of July, the Fourth Fest week.
Yes, we do. And that's coming up quickly. And it's time already. June 1st is the deadline for turning in your application to be in the parade.
Ah, okay.
And so, people that some of our traditionals, and we're always looking for new folks. And so you can go to coralville.org, and there's an application form on there. There's no cost. But it helps them to get organized and know how much space to set aside. And so we would encourage people to get that application in by June 1st. Minda Heyman over at West Bank does a great job organizing this for us. And we've got a great committee, Len Snyder and others, that work very hard at putting that on. The other thing that's available now is you can start buying the carnival tickets.
Oh, really?
You can buy the advanced carnival tickets.
This carnival means everything to him.
Yes, it does. And, Captain, there's still an opportunity for you to come out on the opening day.
Yeah?
Yeah, and try one of those rides. Like, how many years ago was that we had you out there to kick off the festival, riding.
You had me climb on Rex Brandstatter's back.
I thought you were recruiting him for the dunk tank.
That too. Yeah. Except we didn't have a dunk tank. We used to have a toilet that flushed on you.
It's a great carnival.
Oh, it is. It is a very good carnival, and we did have Captain and Chief Barry Bedford at that time come over and join Doc Gill and the rest of us, and that was a good time. But the carnival tickets are available advanced that you save about $4, and so you can go to the Coralville Rec Center or to City Hall for that. And
and it's a good carnival.
Yeah.
It's a clean carnival.
It is. Yeah. He's located actually out of Nichols, Iowa. Yeah. So local, and does a great job. He also does the Johnson County Fair. So we love having him here.
Yeah, you can always tell a good carnival by the number of teeth.
Yes, and they'll be selling all the carnival foods too. Yeah. They got 2 food stands, and so you just can't miss the funnel cake and all those great things. It's very good.
Yeah, it is. It's a great atmosphere for sure.
Yeah. And, you talked about kicking off summer with Memorial Day. The next weekend, May 31st, is the Aquatic Center opens.
Oh, there you go.
And so we'll be open the 31st and 1st, and then they'll take the week off because school's still in play. And then they'll come back on June 7th, and they'll be open for the summer.
And you will be busy this year for sure.
Yes, we
will.
Oh,
City
that's
Park
right.
Pool being reconstructed.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you might want to put in some extra parking spaces.
Yeah. Well, they can use your spot.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, you're close by.
Yeah, there you go.
So they, the Aquatic Center will be open, and we're really excited to have all of that coming on. And then the other thing that comes with summer is the farmers market, and the farmers market in the Iowa River Landing is ready to start, and starts on Wednesday, June 4th. Runs.
That will be my 60th anniversary on the air.
60th?
Yeah.
Wow. On June 4th?
June 4th of 1965.
Wow.
And isn't that? And I never advanced.
You got a new chair.
He's got a new chair.
Yeah.
He's not playing. Well, he's on a station that still plays some of the songs he played in 1965 occasionally. But
yeah. But so the farmers market does start on June 4th, runs through October 1st, 4:30 to 6:30 every afternoon on Wednesdays. They will have music in every time, and they do have a new location this year. This year they are going to be in the green space right behind Trader Joe's, and we've got lots of good food booths that'll be selling produce and flowers and baked goods and crafts. So that's all ready to go.
I got to get, I've never been in Trader Joe's.
Never been?
I've never been, and I hear from people they love it. It's always full.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first couple months you couldn't get in there.
Oh, yeah.
And then because it was didn't they open right around the time COVID hit?
Yes, they did.
And so there was a limit to how many people were able to be in the store, so people were lined up outside waiting for their turn.
Yeah, it's amazing there. So come out, visit Trader Joe's, and then go to the Traders, into the farmers market, and you'll be all set. I mean, it's a unique store.
Well, and they've got pre-made meals.
Yeah.
So I'm learning.
So even you can cook.
I'm learning to cook. I'm learning to use the stove timer.
Oh, my gosh.
And
that's pretty advanced.
And the defrost button.
All the important parts.
All the important. I told this story, but I didn't tell it to you. I thought, well, we'll make some chicken pot pies one night. And so I hit the preheat to 400. I hit the timer, and it went off. And then I hit the timer again and put it on bake so that it would cook the pies. The only thing I forgot to do was put the pies in there.
Yeah, how about those were real tasty?
I eventually cooked them. I think we ate almost 10 o'clock that night.
Yeah. Oh,
but I'm learning.
That sounds like something I would do, we've had some interesting council meetings here. Last council meeting, we had the redevelopment for the Iowa River Power Company. And that was on the agenda, and Mark Kaufman is the individual that is working on that project, and he came to the meeting and he talked about what he wants to do, but he is going to be doing a historic renovation of the building.
Oh, nice.
And so that'll be starting this summer, and he drove by the building for a couple of years, and he was just fascinated with it and decided that that's something that he could take on right there on the river. And so he's got some consultants working with him on the historic part of this.
I mean, I always thought it was historic.
Well, there's a lot more to it than you think, because the windows were shortened, and there's a lot of the windows that were boarded up, so they'll be putting in all of those. The entrance will be torn off because that was obviously an add-on, that wood part. Mm-hmm. That'll be taken off, and they'll go back to the original entrance that was there to begin with. One of the other interesting things is there used to be 3 huge stacks on top of that building, and he's trying to decide whether he should recreate that, because he just thinks that's a cool part of the image, and he saw some old pictures of the building. And one of the things, if you recall, when you went into the building, there were all these different levels, and you had to go up and down and around and down, and the whole building is going to be put on one level. So you'll just come in and you'll be on the same level, whether you're back by the river or by the front. You'll be in the same.
How do they do that?
They're just raising the floor, and so
that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. They are definitely putting a lot of work in it, but they're keeping a lot of the features of the old building, the overhead cranes and the coal bin and all of that. You'll still be able to see that, and they're actually making those major features in the building. So we're really excited to have them working on that building. And so their goal is to, by the end of 2026, to have the building completed and a new restaurant open. they're looking at adding a couple of other businesses into the Iowa River Power Company, and they want to use those upper levels of the building because it's a huge building.
Yes, it is.
And really tall ceilings, and so they're looking at putting in some other levels into that, into the building. So we're really excited about it.
Miss going there.
Yeah, it'll be a good addition. You talked about your 60th year coming up on June 4th. The other thing that happened at last council meeting is Don Deal, our city attorney, retired. And Don Deal...
What's that like?
Well, you got a few years yet.
Yeah,
because
sure I do.
Because Don Deal retired as our city attorney after 63 years. He's right up there with you, my friend. So three longer years than you. So yeah, so he decided it was time. He's had some health issues and decided that now was the time for him to hang it up.
I would imagine. I mean, that puts him in his 80s, right?
Well, he's actually 91.
Okay, so
92.
yeah.
So yeah, because he had to go to law school and all that.
Right.
And,
yeah. Wow.
So when he took over as city attorney, he was in the original City Hall, which is now a museum.
Yeah.
So down on 5th Street. It's moved twice since then, but that's where he had the original city council meetings. And so, people ask about the changes in Coralville, and, we can talk about that all day long, but you think about 63 years ago he started and how different Coralville was then. That was about 1,000 people back then. God. And most of the streets were dirt streets at that time, or gravel. Some of them. First Avenue was gravel all the way out. And so he's been involved in a lot of improvements. And so we just want to tip our hat to Don Deal and thank him for all that service. We haven't been able to confirm it, but we think it's got to be a record in the state of Iowa to have somebody working for 63 years for the same community doing all that work.
That's wild.
That's something.
And 5th Street used to be the old Highway 6, right?
5th Street used to be Highway 6. And so that's, went from coast to coast and went right down that street. And there's still some remnants of that. If you look at the houses at the corner of 10th Avenue and 5th Street, there are some concrete pillars in front of those houses.
Yeah.
And that is because trucks used to go, there's a slight curve in the road, and they'd go off the road and end up in the front yards of those houses.
Yeah, or worse.
Yeah. And so they put these concrete pillars that are still there right there on the street because of that very reason. And that was the main drag. And so just ask Rex Brandstetter sometime. Because he'll tell you.
You got 3 or 4.
He'll tell you stories forever.
Yes, he will. He has a bunch of them.
About when that was the historic Highway 6. So, but you turned right there at the Iowa River Power Company. I mean, there was a major jog in the street and turned right there and made a few turns as you went through. But right down the old street, and that kind of served as a dividing point. And Rex and Tom Gill and all those, when they were kids riding their bikes, you couldn't go past 5th Street, which was Highway 6. You weren't allowed. That was the rules.
That was the boundary right there.
Gil was a rebel.
Yeah. Yes, he was. I just can't imagine.
They did a really nice job renovating his doctor's office, and it's now every blooming thing.
Yeah,
now, is that right?
That's right. It's beautiful.
It is. It really is.
No more screams coming from the building.
They got flowers all over outside the building. They did a great job.
Now, is there any plans to do anything with the corner lot, or is it just going to stay the way it is? I mean, it's green space now.
It's going to stay as green space until ultimately there will be a roundabout there.
Okay.
At that corner. And
my arch nemesis.
I've heard you have a hard time sometimes getting off of them.
I don't understand them. I don't understand them.
Well,
Not much to understand, but okay.
I like with the GPS now, and they tell you what exit to take off the roundabout. Take the third exit off the roundabout. So
have a hard time with them.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's the rest of the people that like him that I have to deal with.
Yeah, exactly.
Roundabout difficult. They don't understand who has the right of way.
If there was nobody else on the road, it'd be fine.
Yeah.
When we were on the landing, I used to, and they first put that roundabout on, and I would stand out there by Vesta and watch people just go around in circles at least 3 or 4 times. That's entertainment.
That is great entertainment.
The footage of those roundabouts in like Italy and stuff like that, where there's like multiple lanes, and how fast they go and how they manage to get where they want to go is just beyond me.
Oh, Germany! When we went out to Germany, my brother, and they've got them by the Autobahn, and I mean they're going like 100 miles an hour. It's amazing. And nobody gets killed. I mean, I go 100 miles an hour trying to get to work one morning, and Bedford pulls me.
Never fails.
Oh, very good.
All right. Well, again, remember Memorial Day, and there's like 3 services on Memorial Day.
Yeah, there are. There's services. Well, and the Coralville Legion will go out to Tiffin, and they'll be doing the service out there. And then in Iowa City, there's a service there. So, depending on your time of day and getting up and all that kind of stuff, we're the last one of the day, and so you can make all 3.
There you go.
Is Rex conducting?
Yeah,
he normally does.
Yeah, he'll read off the names. And there's 200 and some names that he reads off, and then they'll have a bugler there, and then there'll be a speaker as well. So it'll be a good event.
Oh, good. Well, thanks for coming in, Kelly.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, we'll have a great weekend, and
got the grandkids.
Got the grandkids, and we'll have a good time.
Thank you, Kelly.
You bet. Take care.
KCJJ Weather, brought to you by Plum Supply.